see who pops in to say hello this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on a Monday morning, beautiful blue sky, autumnal weather. Very pleasant out there, very cold. But that's fine, that's all part of autumn, isn't it? Please excuse the noise of the tractors and the lorries and stuff that are going past. There's some roadworks going on and I'm hoping it's not going to get really noisy. I've just noticed they've put some signs outside, you know, like the triangles and things, but I didn't go and look at what the triangles said. So I'm really hoping they're not about to start digging up the road outside, because otherwise it'll get really noisy. I can't actually see any workmen, I can just see some signs. Good morning, Bunny, how are you? 3 people in here. Hello, everybody. Who do we have? Come and say hello to me. I've just had a message pop up on my family chat. That's what just made me stop and stare. My sister's just told me to do exactly what you told me to do, Bunny, actually, which is stick a ripe banana next to my tomatoes on my windowsill to help them ripen. So she's obviously just been sat watching yesterday's vlog. So if Jackie happens to be watching this now, thanks. Yes, that's exactly what I need to do. Tink, we need to conflab about Friday. I have diesel, so I'm still coming. I'm hoping you're still good for Friday. And I need to think about what games I'm going to bring. And what exactly is the Pokemon event on Saturday? I should probably know this, but I don't. So if you could give me the heads up, that'd be great. Gracie, good morning. At last you've been able to join a live. I'm going to try and do these regularly on a Monday and Friday morning. Now that the weather is colder and there's nothing to stop me going out and adventuring. But Lee's going to take a bunch of Fridays off. So I've got 2 Fridays that I'm away, this Friday and next Friday. And then I haven't got any van trips planned. And Lee's going to take a bunch of Fridays off because he's got holiday to take. So he likes towards the end of the year to do 4-day weeks. So he books a bunch of Fridays off in a row, and it means we can go Christmas shopping and we can go and just do things together, which is really nice. So I'm probably not going to have many more van trips booked in before Christmas, apart from these next 2. So I would like to alternate, well, not alternate, what's the word I'm looking for? Fill that gap with something. So I'm thinking maybe live streams more regularly. Maybe I should also have my computer to hand so I can read the comments more easily, because otherwise I wobble the screen every time I touch it. Paul's van life, you're never too old. You're right, you're never too old. Good morning, Paul, how are you? Bunny's in a bad mood, oh dear. Found out more videos and live streams are being made, so deleting my channel. I'll keep Bunny here. So what? So somebody was taking the mickey out of you, or what? You were having some cyberbullying, weren't you? You said yesterday. Is it about you? That's not good if it is. Yeah, so the banana thing is science. Yeah, it's the chemical. So for anyone who's not sure what we're talking about, Bunny suggested that I put some ripe fruit next to my tomatoes, which I took off my tomato plants yesterday, because I pulled up all of the veg that was at the front garden yesterday, apart from the Brussels sprouts, because I'd got to a point where the courgettes were flowering, but no more courgettes were growing. So I'd get the flowers and then nothing had happened. And the other thing that was happening was I've got lots of tomatoes, but the stalks that they're on were starting to go brown, and then you get that sort of dark color coming over the top of the green tomatoes. And I was like, no, they're getting all frosty and blighty and what have you. And we haven't had, I don't think, an actual frost yet, but it's only a matter of days until we have a frost, I'm sure. So I brought all the tomatoes in that I thought were good, and I've put them on the windowsill to ripen. And so Bunny was saying I should put a bit of ripe fruit on there, but she didn't know if there was science behind it. And I was saying, yes, there is science behind it. It's to do with the chemical that is released, and overripe bananas are the best thing. Something to do with the chemicals that are released, I believe, in fruit that is ripening encourages the rest of the fruit on the tree to ripen. And it's the same with um, butterflies and moths and things. So you quite often get a bunch of moths and caterpillar cocoons all together, and when one of them opens, they release a chemical, and that encourages the others around them to open as well. And I guess that means if they're all opening together, then they have more chance of having others to breed with, to make new ones. I guess it's all very sciencey. Right, now I've given you a little bit of education. Alex, good morning, Alex. You can't stay, you're in the office. Oh, that's a shame, but thanks for saying hi. Have a good day at work. Fridays together sound good. They do, don't they? Yeah. We're trying to spend a bit more time together doing things. Our lives had become kind of parallel. I think just because the boys are older, so I used to be very occupied with the boys, and if we did things together, then the boy, it was like, let's go and get some shopping, or let's go somewhere. But obviously the boys are older now, and so they don't really want us to entertain them as such. And so I would find myself trying to find something for me to do, and Leah would be doing his gaming and stuff. And so our lives were becoming quite parallel. So we're working on our lives not being so parallel, being a little more interconnected. Working at the moment, we'll listen but can't chat. No worries, I'll message you later, Tink. You were being accused of trolling. Oh, I can't exactly imagine you're much of a troll, Bunny. Oh, yeah, you're better off just, getting away from them. Get rid of the channel or what have you. Just there's no point having people like that in your energy space, whether it's digitally or personally. Reporting and blocking until YouTube get involved. I need to hold them. Yeah, exactly. No, and this is the thing. Sometimes, even if you think you can be strong about a bit of cyberbullying or what have you, then it's actually that constant negativity and seeing the messages, and you kind of know they're there, and you can't help but read them. Kind of curiosity does get the better of you. So if you can just block and delete everything. Have a good day at work, Alex. We've got 6 people in here. So oh, 7. We have 7. So how is everybody on this Monday morning? Have we all had a good weekend? What have we been up to? How many do we have here from the UK, and how many do we have from further afield? I suppose is the next question. Because I was going to say, how are we enjoying autumn? But that's not necessarily the case all around the world, is it? It's not autumn everywhere. Have we all got our cup of tea or coffee? Here's mine. It's about the 3rd one of the day, and it's only 10 past 10. Somebody's going to need a lot of wheeze later. Benfleet in Essex. Oh, I've not heard of Benfleet. Benfleet. Okay. I know Essex. Sat next to a poorly hubby. Currently sunny Marlow. Oh, you're a local. Okay, so you're very local. I'm not a million miles from Marlow at all. I'm sure you recognise a lot of the places I go to. Sorry to hear your hubby's not well, though. Near Leigh-on-Sea. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, okay, so Leigh-on-Sea is not... That's interesting, because on the opposite side to Essex, going towards Wales, I keep seeing signs for Sea de la Mer, which in my eyes is Leigh-on-Sea, is it not? And it's the opposite side of France as well. So I would have thought a lot of the Della something or others seem to be on that east coast nearer France, the French side of England. But heading towards Wales, I do keep seeing signs saying Leader Lemaire, which to me is Leon C. So there's two Leon C's, except one is called Leon C and the other one is called Leader Lemaire. Is that right? Oh, good morning, Jackie. Thank you for the message about the bananas. I was just talking about you. So my sister's in the house, people. If any of you have seen my videos with my sister. Oh, hold on a minute. Jackie, could you just message Heather for me and say, yes, that is Heidi's water carrier that's on site at Forest School. Thank you, because I can't do that while I'm on here. A message has just popped up. Sorry, people. What was I saying? Yes. So for those of you who watch my vlogs regularly and have seen my adventures out with my sister Jackie is in the chat. South on. Oh yeah, I know Southend on Sea. I go and see Minxie. If any of you watch Minx Laura 123, I've gone and hung out with Minxie a few times, and we've done a few stopovers at the, what's it called, Premier Inn by the Toby Carvery, and took the boys down to the Adventureland. What was the amusement park there? So we'd want to go again. Lee and I have been talking about maybe just doing one night away, the two of us, at Southend on Sea. Kenzie, I don't know if he would come again. Brendan's not interested. He's 19 and a half now. He's really not interested in coming away with us. And also it makes it difficult because before we all shared a room, whereas now that would be classed as 3 adults. So even though he wouldn't care sharing a room with us, he obviously can't share a room, so then it gets pricey because we'd have to book 2 rooms. So I think if we do go away as a family again, it's going to be Airbnb or something, because Premier Inn's going to work out too pricey to book 2 rooms. But Shmee, to be honest, he's not really interested in coming away with us anymore. But I think he did say he was interested in going up to see a place called Vindalanda, which is on the Scottish border. It's the Roman base up by Hadrian's Wall, and he was really keen to go and see that. So we were going to do an Airbnb up there for that at some point. So he might still be interested in coming along to that. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I digress. Autocorrect is coming after you today, Bunny. Autocorrect comes after me on a daily basis. My phone hates me. Thank you, Jackie. Much appreciated. Patrick, good morning. You can smell burning butter and cheese. Oh, I love toasted cheese, but I hate burnt cheese. Adventure Island, that's the one. Your mum's cooking downstairs. Sounds like your mum's burning stuff, actually. I'm not sure about cooking. What's she doing? Smell burning butter and cheese. It's probably burnt cheese on toast. Ooh. So if you could all say happy birthday to my lovely sister, because it was her birthday on Saturday. And if you saw the vlog, I did put a little snippet in of her opening a couple of presents. Hope you don't mind, Jackie, but I did put it in. Something is burning. I'm very early on the whole Christmas cup thing. I bought this from TK Maxx last Christmas, and I love it. And I didn't want to put it away, so I kept it out all year round, and I have been using it all year round. There's something about it. It's like a thick, solid cup, and tea tastes really good in it. And that sounds ridiculous, but tea does taste different in different cups, does it not? And speaking of cups, I've had a few people of late, including my sister and my mum, asking about my Worm's Eye View cups. So I need to get more made, and then I can sell them. I never charge. I think the last lot I was selling for £5 a mug. Obviously I give them to my family, but I need to see what the costs are for getting a whole bunch more made. Hippie birthday. Yeah, I need to get a whole bunch more made. So I need to contact the guy who made them last time. I need to see if he's still got the design somewhere. If not, I'm going to have to come up with a new design. In fact, he designed that one for me. I was very impressed. I said I wanted sort of shadowy sort of design, but I might go for something a bit more van related. I don't know, sort of nature with a little shadow of a van as well, like silhouette. I like the silhouette design. And there's also the t-shirts. A couple of people have asked about the t-shirts because they've seen me wearing my Worms Eye View t-shirts. I wear them a lot in the winter because in the summer I wear vest tops a lot, and then in the winter I'm back to jeans, t-shirts and a hoodie. So you'll probably see them a lot more. But if you go to geekofnature.com or co.uk, I think it is, geekofnature.co.uk, I believe it is. The t-shirts are available in the Friends of GON, which is Geek of Nature. So if you go down the tabs and look for Friends of Geek of Nature, you will see a couple of people that Geek of Nature do t-shirts for, and my t-shirts are in there. I am thinking about redesigning t-shirts as well because they're a bit boring. I mean, it is just a logo, but it is a bit boring. Maybe I should come up with something a bit quirky. I don't know. I don't really have a catchphrase other than good morning, good morning, good morning, which is, you know, it's not really a great catchphrase, is it? Tea tastes different when you drink it outside. Yeah, it does. It does taste different. There is something about, I wonder if it's to do with being cold. I don't know. Tea does definitely taste different. Oh, she's making curry, but there was cheese and toast. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. So I want to share with you my Welsh is improving. I will have, I think I'm going to hit a 7-day streak of learning today. So I've been learning 6 days. I can now greet people. I can answer basic questions like, how are you? I can say I'm tired. I can say I'm better. I can say I'm worse. I can say good afternoon, good morning, good night. I can say my name is. And then last night, because I've completed all of those sections, I've now started on the like things you like, so foods and stuff. And it made me actually giggle quite loudly last night. So it's dewy and coffee. And that says I like coffee. I don't like coffee, but I just like the saying coffee. So like is coffee. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. Ein coffee. Du ein coffee. Oh dear, simple things. But I can say all sorts of things now. So I can say Prynhawn da, dwi, Pippa dwi, which is good afternoon. I am Pippa. Sittechi, which is how are you? Dwi wedi blino, which is I am very tired or I am tired. Dwi yn waith, which is I'm better. I can say I can say all sorts of things. I can say all sorts of things, and I can write it as well. That's the other thing. This I'm using Duolingo, and it's fun. It's more fun than, I mean, I never enjoyed learning French at school, but I'm enjoying learning Welsh, and I feel like I'm actually picking it up quicker, and I'm learning to write it, which I don't know why I struggled so much at school with French, but I'm learning to write Welsh as quickly as I'm learning to say it. And bearing in mind, Welsh has got all sorts of weird vowels and stuff and things like CH is pronounced completely differently than how we would pronounce CH, and double L is not a combination of words that letters that we would use. and that is pronounced differently than I would imagine it to be pronounced. So it just seems odd that I'm picking it up as quickly as I am. Yeah, I'm feeling very pleased with myself actually. For a week, I'm yeah, feeling like I'm doing well. Thank you, Tink, for putting the link in. You're very good. Even when you're working, you're on the ball. I'm worse isn't English. No, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't say I'm worse, would you? Or worse. It's not a way you would say it. But the interesting thing about Welsh so far, and this may not be the case through the whole thing, but the thing I've noticed about Welsh is it's like you'd say it in English, but the word you can change a word and put it together. Whereas with French, I'm not making myself very clear, am I? With French, I remember handing in my homework and I literally went through the French dictionary and went, these are the words I want to say, I am Pippa, and just went, these are the words, look for I, look for am, look, you know, and went through the words, and I literally said everything I wanted to say using a French dictionary. And she was like, I can see what you've done, but that's not the way we construct sentences in French. And I was like, oh, that made it very complicated then, because I didn't know how to put a sentence together, because you need to know the phrases. You can't just change one word for another word. You can't just find a French word and put it where you'd put it in an English word. Are you following me? I'm sorry if you're not. But so far with Welsh, pretty much you can interchange the words. You know, I like tea, and then you change it to dwi hoffi tea. So you can find the word and put it in. Although when you're saying I am Pippa, you say Pippa dwi. So I would be putting my name first. That's the only time I've noticed something being reversed or back to front. Good morning, Catherine. Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked with my chit chat about Welsh. Good morning, Simon. Oh, we've got 13 people in there. See, this is what happens when I get myself on a little chit chat. You lived a couple of years in Neyland, Pembroke. Whilst there, I joined a choir and had to sing songs in Welsh. I can only remember a couple of useless phrases, but will not attempt to write them. See, I think you have to immerse yourself in a language to fully learn it. And I think if I lived in Wales, I'd learn it quite quickly. You're doing Spanish and then gave up 2 days later, was that? Brendan was learning Spanish because one of his teachers in the autistic base that he used to go to at school was Spanish, and so he wasn't learning any other language. Part of his EHCP meant that he didn't have to focus on a language. He focused on like English and maths and science and stuff, and they didn't put a language in. But while he was in the base, they did teach him some basic Spanish, which he enjoyed. Pembrokeshire, yes, that's part that I haven't been to. Well, I think I did when I was very young, but I haven't been on my travels quite that far over yet in Wales, just because it like takes me 3.5 hours to get to Wales, and then it takes me like another 3.5 hours to get to the other side of Wales. And I've usually only got 2 days at max, but I would like to do a week of traveling. And I don't know, maybe we wouldn't do it in the van as such. Obviously we would go in the van, but we would maybe stay in Wales and travel a bit around there. The only problem is the things I like to see in Wales are all the beautiful things like the hills and the waterfalls and all that kind of stuff, and that doesn't appeal to Lee at all. He's not there. He's not really into scenery. He's into the towns and shopping and that kind of stuff, and beaches. So it's then difficult to find something we both want to go and see, which is why I do a lot of traveling on my own, because then I can go and see all of those things. Let's catch up. I don't know about Welsh, but in French my biggest problem was knowing whether a word was masculine or feminine. There are some rules. Yes, that's the other thing. And I have been told that apparently there is masculine and feminine in Welsh. I've just not got to that bit yet. Good morning, Lindsay. How are we feeling today? Hopefully you are fully on the mend. You've got me. Oh, good, Bunny. I didn't lose you on that then. Yes, you can't just change French words for English words for French words and get the sentence right. That's not how it works. You need to know the phrases. Oh, good, Bunny. I'm glad your dad's doing well. Andy says good morning. Good morning, Andy. Did you fight over that last piece of birthday cake? I did say to him, technically, it was your birthday, Jackie, and therefore you should have had the last bit of birthday cake. Paul Bourne, good morning. Have I said good morning to you? I can't remember. There's also a difference between North and South Wales dialect too. Yes, I did hear that. I don't know which dialect I am speaking. I've been told I'm speaking posh Welsh because Llewellyn, who I look after, his dad obviously speaks Welsh, being Welsh. And I said to him, I sent him a text message saying, could you randomly occasionally speak to me in Welsh, or randomly occasionally just send me a text message in Welsh to help me practice. And he replied to me and I went, that's not what I'm learning. And he said, oh yeah, you see, we can tell the new learners because they speak correctly. So basically I'm going to sound like a very posh Welsh person. Yeah, it's probably like regional accents, but I guess, yeah, and I guess things like down south we might say hiya or how's things, and you know, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Up in Yorkshire they might say something different. I can't think off the top of my head what they might say, but yeah, different greetings and things. Fluffy head, but getting better. Today is better, tomorrow will be even better. That's the way to look at it, Lindsay. On the mend, and that's good to hear. So many people feel ill for so long with this COVID. It's good to hear that there are a few of you out there that are recovering well. You had the cake, no argument. You're too quick. Good on you. Or the many different names for a bread bun. I write, yeah, okay, so bap, balm, cob, roll. There are more than that. I know there's more than that. But yeah, depending on what part of the country you go to, as to how you ask for what I would call here a bread roll. Stotty? Oh, okay. Well, that's not a Marlowe term. Where's that from? You made 2 batches of brownies yesterday, so he's had them, though they didn't turn out quite as planned. Oh, what happened to your brownies? My problem with brownies is I start to cook a brownie and then I don't think it's cooked enough, so then I overcook my brownies. Yeah, I think if you're double jabbed and your double jab is quite recent, so you've got higher antibodies, higher levels of antibodies and immunity, yeah, I don't think you get it quite as badly. My cousin has had it quite bad, but she was early on in her getting her her injection because she's a carer. So I think, well, she's just been offered her booster, so I think probably her immunity to it was, antibodies or whatever it is, was waning, and that's why she feels so rough. Oh, that's from the northeast, is it? That's a phrase I've not heard. Stotty, not something I've not heard. Good morning, David. How are you this morning? And Rob Random. Pippi Longstockings. I forgot you called me that. Hello. Yeah, but your dad's got other medical issues, hasn't he, Bunny? And I do think that also makes an effect on it. Yeah, it's a cancer patient. So I think if you've obviously got other illnesses, then it's going to make you more ill. Your problem with brownies is you eat them all. Yeah, that is my problem as well. There was a sandwich shop in Marlow called Pips. Oh, really? That served stotties, very large bread rolls, which I believe traditionally are more northern roots. Oh, okay. Do you know what? It's been a while since I've been to Marlow, probably pre-lockdown, which is silly really because they've got the really nice park there. When I nannied back in the day, I was at Marlow a lot. We used to do swimming lessons in Marlow. We used to go have so opposite the park in Marlow, on the same road as the bridge, right opposite there was a tea shop opposite there, and I'm talking 20 years ago, and we used to go in there a lot for like lunch and stuff with the kids. My cousin and I used to go in with the kids that we nannied for, play at the park or go swimming, and then or we'd have lunch at the swimming pool. They used to do a really nice salad, a really nice sort of pasta salad niçoise type thing, tuna niçoise. That was really nice, and that was in the cafe above the swimming pool. And I really liked the swimming pool there because it was warm. It was really warm. We tried several swimming pools and they were flipping freezing. Wickham was freezing. Risborough wasn't too bad, but it was still quite cold. So yeah, we ended up going to Marlow because it was like a bath. And it was never very busy either. That was the other good thing. But there was a really nice shop there. I don't know if it's still there. Cafe type coffee shop. Lindsay, hey, there is more negativity in my life today. Why is there more negativity in your life today? Is Lindsay picking on you? Princess Pippa came from Blind Views over in America. That's where the Princess Pippa came from. And he became Sir Blind Views. So yeah, that he was the one that nicknamed me Princess. Marlowe's for posh totty. It is quite posh. There's an awful lot of non-posh in Marlow as well, I can assure you. But it is a higher, yes, it's sort of a higher class, sort of expensive clientele. Pips is no longer in Marlow. Burgers, the tea shop. Yes, Burgers. Was it Burgers or Burgers? Because we had this debate. I think we called it Burgers because Burgers sounded a bit shabby for Marlow. It's still there. Oh, maybe I'll go there one day. When my hubby first worked, swimming pool recently had a revamp. Not been to see it. Okay. No, I have not been to that swimming pool for donkeys. I can't even remember if I might have taken Brendan there maybe when he was little. I can't remember if I'm mixing Brendan up with the little girl that I used to nanny for. Like in my head, I've got an image of me with a baby in the pool. I think it was probably Ellen who I looked after. I don't think I took Brendan there. Or maybe I'll just have to go to Burgess for nostalgia's sake. Maybe Lee and I can go there at the weekend or something. Oh, no, I'm away. Unless they're open on a Sunday. Do you know if Burgess is open on a Sunday? Because I'm going off adventuring on Friday morning, and I'm going to come back Saturday. I'm normally home sort of 4ish on Saturday, but I suspect it will be a bit later than that because there's a Pokemon event on. And so I'm hanging out with Tink, who is listening. He's my moderator. He's in the room being very helpful. No, you just took another lateral flow. You just took another lateral flow. Does that mean you are no longer negative? Has something popped up? Is that why you've got more negativity? Right, sorry, I'm being a bit slow. You've got more negativity in your life because it was negative. Lee was feeling a bit rubbish yesterday afternoon. He said his throat started to hurt, so he actually took a lateral flow, but then about an hour later his throat was fine. He's testing negative in his lateral flow. I make him do it every other day. Good for you. I got fed up of asking Lee to do it. Kenzie does it, and I do it, and Brendan usually does it. But Lee rolled his eyes at me every time I asked him to do it and moaned. So, so I just left it, and me and the boys do it now. We're like, not gonna keep asking. Got halfway through and realised you didn't have any cocoa, so they were rather pale, despite trying to grind cocoa nibs. That didn't work. Okay, so they were slightly chocolate brownies. It took at least twice as long to cook. Been 2 years now since it's diagnosed. It's saying it does scare me. Yeah, it's always worrying if you've got somebody in the family who's been unwell or has an underlying condition. High class with low class morals. Yeah, that's true actually. There's a lot of that going on. Lindsay went to Marlow for her first summer ball gown at RAFI Wickham. Oh, is that when you guys lived down here? It's very posh, very posh. I can imagine you get a lovely ball gown there. Beautiful morning here in Suffolk. Sun is shining. Now, there's the other people I'm going to be travelling with on my second trip of the month. Trevor and Sue, good morning, posh cats. We have planned one of our nights, but we haven't planned the second night. We need to conflab. We were supposed to be doing one on a campsite, weren't we? And we've not booked anything. Does that mean we'll be doing 2 wild camps? You pronounced burgers correctly, as in not like the fast food. Yeah, I did think it was burgers and not burgers, but I wonder how many people call it burgers. That's like what was that TV show with Hyacinth Bouquet? It's not Bucket, it's Hyacinth Bouquet, the really snobby woman who wasn't posh at all, but she liked to make out she was posh and was always embarrassed about her very unposh family. Oh, what was that? What was that program called? That's going to annoy me now. Yes, you're right, Bunny. People are testing negative on lateral flows and positive on PCRs. Imo from Imo Vlogs, she is currently in isolation because she has COVID, and she's done 2 lateral flows and they've both come up negative, but she had to go and, well, she chose to go and do the PCR. She was recommended to go and do the PCR because she was in contact with somebody who had it. And so yeah, her lateral flows were still coming back negative, but she's not been too poorly. So I'm wondering if it's a really low level of viral load. Thank you very much for stopping in, Paul. It was good to have you join us. Like I said, I'm going to try and do Monday mornings and Friday mornings around this time, sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish. I'll come in, get a bit of housework done, sit down, have a cup of tea with you for an hour, and then go back off and do things I'm meant to be doing. You do believe Burgess is open on Sunday? Well, maybe Lee and I will pop down there on Sunday. You started acting funny. Yeah, I think sometimes if you've got symptoms, you definitely need to go and do a PCR. Yeah, we were doing ours twice a week, and I'm now doing them once a week. But now Kenzie's back at school, I might start doing them twice a week. I need to go back into a chemist and start picking up more. So we've had several boxes. We've got loads of bits of tests, but we've had a whole bunch of boxes that didn't have any water in them. You know, the solution that you put the swab in, which means you can't do the test. So we've got all these bits, but no activating solution. And it's usually tucked in with the instructions. So we shook all of that out, nothing. So I think we've got about 6 tests, like a whole box of tests, but there's no water, you know, sort of activating solution in there. Then we opened the new kit, which looks completely different. It's made by a different company. And this is one that I asked for to be sent via post rather than going and picking up, which is what I've been doing. And we were going again, there's no flipping water in here. There's no water anywhere. And then I said to Lee, look, just open the silver packet that said it had got the tubes in it for, you know, that you pour the water into. I said, just see if they've put them in with there. And he opened it up and he's like, no, nothing in there. And then I had another look and I went, hold on a minute, these tubes have already got the water in. So this different kit comes with the water already in, and you just peel the silver foil off the top and use it like that. But we've got at least a whole box that didn't come with water, and the tubes are the normal tubes that don't have it in already. So that's really annoying because we can't get hold of the water on its own or the activating solution on its own. So I feel like it's a complete waste of kit there. Aviation fan, good morning to you. Like a child in a sweetie shop, such fun picking a ball gown. I bet it was. I've only ever had one ball gown. And it wasn't for a ball as such, it was for a millennium party we decided to have. It was very red, it was satin, sort of a real deep red colour. Off the shoulder it had, if I wanted it had little straps, or it was, you know, not little straps. 2 wild camps are fine with you. Oh, that's good, because I know you said that Sue was worried about, she was a bit nervous with wild camps, but I'm assuming she's got the hang of wild camps now. What area are you camping? Need to stalk you with Brett one day. Right, well, the southern part of England. There you go, that's as much as you're getting, so good luck looking. Jolliffe, oh my goodness, Jolliffe, yes. Ball gown came from, that's moved to Woburn Green. Has it? Yeah, I forgot about Jolliffe. Excuse me, just moving my cushion over. Keeping up appearances, thank you, that was the show. Well done, you guys. God, am I that far back? Keeping up appearances with Hyacinth Bouquet. Good morning, Minxie. I just mentioned you. I just said that I knew Southend because I've been over to see you. And the stream starts to buffer. Oh, does it? Sorry, people. I don't know if is that my end or your end. Tink's doing a very good job of being my my man on the keyboard there, you know, typing in any info. Bearing in mind he's working, so not chatting. He's still on the ball. Lots of hellos. Hellos, hellos, hellos. Trying to catch up on this chat. Yours now has a solution inside with seals, so no solution separate. Yeah, that's the latest kit I've got. That's how it is. Tried to open up the solution and nothing. There's such a tiny amount in there as well. I'm sure we've had a couple. I know I had to open an extra solution because by the time I mixed it and squeezed it out of the thing, nothing came out the tube, and so it didn't work. They are the new ones with the liquid in the tubes. Are the yes? So those ones are, Jackie. Yeah, the new pack has a solution in the tubes, but the old pack we've got, like I said, about 6 kits that we could use if we had solution, but there's no solution. So we've been sent a box with no solution, basically, and it's not in the tubes. Those ones you just need to do up your nose. Oh, okay, right. So those are the ones that you just do up your nose. Those will be the ones that Kenzie did then with his school when he went back in September, because he said those were just up his nose. My first one was black and gold. Ooh, nice. I had a really nice dress from a place in Lane End, actually. So if you know Marlow, you'll know Lane End. And there was a really lovely boutique on the corner. And I had some really nice clothes from there. And I bought a very lovely pale pink satin, when I was very skinny, tight fitting dress with little rosebuds on it, and I bought it for my cousin's wedding. I couldn't fit in that now. I don't think I could fit one leg in that now if I tried, but I've still got it. It's beautiful. Loved that dress. I have got so used, so I've done those tests so many times now that I don't gag, but I do always sneeze when I put it up my nose. So those tests, I'm just like, oh, it doesn't make me gag anymore. Inside your head, they shoved the bloody thing so far up inside my body. Rectal. Well, where were they shoving it? I imagine it coming out your ear. Might have been me though, because my connection. Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, I don't know about wine, Rob, You could turn up with tea and cake. That would be acceptable. If you're going to stalk me, then at least be polite about it and bring me tea and cake. Or chocolate. Chocolate's fine too. Daisy chain, Jackie, yes, daisy chain. We went there a few times and got things, didn't we? Loved daisy chain. The dress you got, oh, Bourne End. So my first proper boyfriend's dad worked in Bourne End. The only time I ever went to Bourne End was to go to the printers there to pick his dad up from work. If we needed to borrow the car, then my ex took his dad to work, and then we would have to go and pick him up in the evening, and so we'd drive to Bourne End. Yeah, my eyes stream too when I do the COVID tests. Bet you're off down Keyhaven way or along the coastline towards Muddyford. Do you know what? I still haven't been to Muddyford Bay. I keep hearing about it, but I've never been. Tea? Brett always steals the tea. Do you know, I've still not met up with Brett. In fact, I haven't seen any of his videos for ages. Does that mean there's... How have I not seen Brett's videos? Does that mean I'm not a sub to him anymore? Does that mean that YouTube's done something peculiar? You made me think now. I haven't seen any of his videos for a long time. We need a stream of Pip in one of those tests, because watching her trying to do the test while trying not to sneeze would be bloody hilarious. Oh, I'm sure I have filmed myself doing the test many a time. Okay, so Paul, yes, I did manage to source the matching bottoms to my pajamas. I tried to order them and then the website crashed. So that's on my list of things I need to do this morning, is to go back onto the Sainsbury website and order. And they did actually have them in my size as well. So order the star pajamas. I tell you what though, those pajamas, they're called something like soft knit, and they're like stroking a chinchilla. If anyone's ever stroked a chinchilla, they are so soft. And that's what it's like. They're so soft, those pajamas. And they're lightweight as well. So they keep you warm, but they're not like fleece where you end up sweaty, if that makes sense. Like I have a lot of fleece pajamas, which I can only wear when it's really, really cold or in the van. But these are a nice in-between type temperature. They're lovely. I love them. To be honest, a lot of Sainsbury clothes for adults, for women, actually, because I don't think the men's is the same, for women seem quite frumpy. I'm not a big lover of their clothes. They have a lot of print and a lot of styles that I think, oh my goodness, it's like the old Marks and Spencers, where you just look at the clothes. Maybe I'm not fashionable, so it could be that that's the fashion, to make women look like they're back in the 1940s. And not the nice, fashionable, cool 1940s. We're talking about post-war 1940s, you know, that kind of clothing. So I'm not big on their clothes. Kids stuff's lovely, and I've had a few men's t-shirts from there. They're lovely. But their pajamas are always quite nice. Oh, he has been a bit quiet. Well, maybe that's what it is then. Maybe that's why I've not seen him. Look at smudgy lenses. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry, I'm going quiet for a minute. Yeah, I have been a bit. I've been a bit ruthless with my channel culling. Basically, I don't have time to watch as many videos as I used to watch. And, you know, when we were in lockdown and stuff, I subbed to a lot of channels, a lot of band channels. But my personal bugbear is people who have repetitive phrases that they say repetitively. Of course, there's a repetitive phrase. Okay. So people who who say things for the sake of having something to say, meaningless catchphrases. They just fill gaps in with catchphrases. One of my bugbears is all right guys, all right guys. Now you can say all right guys once or twice, but when you go from every clip break to the next clip break where they've stopped recording, all right guys, so I'll come back to you in a bit. Then they go and they go, all right guys, I'm doing this now. And then they go, I'll come back to you in a bit, guys. And then it's all right guys, and it's just this repetitive guys thing. When people overuse the phrase of so let's get right into it, that bugs me. When people go down the line of without further ado, let's crack on, let's get in, and then there's more further ado happening. They don't crack on or get right into it. And I've been known to say things like let's crack on. Right, I'll crack on with that. So I know I'm guilty of some of these things, but those catchphrases drive me crazy. And lovely jubbly, that annoys me. There are about 5 or 6 van life people that say lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly, and it's not even once. It's again, it's like the hello guys. It seems to be how they start or end each clip within their video. Happy days, that's another one. Happy days, happy days. Sorry, you've got me on a rant. So a whole bunch of YouTubers who I otherwise enjoyed watching, I have unsubscribed because it was grating on me. Sorry, now I've probably upset a whole bunch of people. They're never going to come back and watch me. Right, where was I? A stroke and a chinchilla, stop talking dirty, Pip. It's only dirty in your mind, Rob. Mr. Wandering Haggis, hello, and Cara the Van, good morning. Got new people popped in. I'm only going to be on here for about another 8 minutes because I was going to stick to the hour, and I have just drunk my 3rd cup of tea, and my bladder would like me to visit a certain room in my house. So 8 more minutes. Clothes are from Sainsbury or Asda. Okay, yeah, Asda. See, Asda do more fashionable, I think. I honestly don't care anymore. PJs work all year round. Oh, okay. Tesco's have caravan print PJs. Oh, really, Cara? Okay. I'm going to have to go and have a look at the Tesco's website now. Sew me a dress. She's done a lot of clothes for me. That's good if you know someone who can sew things. My nan used to sew his clothes. Keeping up appearances. Oh, right, yes. Oh, am I really that far back on my chat? I always say tingles, tingles. No, you see, no, but that's different, Laura, because yours is an ASMR channel. And so the whole point, I believe, of ASMR is to repeatedly say things that give people that feeling. So you repeat a lot of words or phrases because that's the idea of the ASMR. So if I don't want to hear repeated phrases, then I wouldn't watch an ASMR channel. So that's, you know, but in your normal channel, you don't say tingles, tingles, tingles on your normal channel. I know what you're saying. People get stuck with the same catchphrases. Yes, yes. The slinks off to check videos. No, David, you don't do it. You don't do it. It's okay. You didn't go through the cull. You're okay. Hey, further ado. Yes, without further ado. And then we'll just do a load more ado before we get to it. Yes, it's like people have this. I've started a YouTube channel, and so therefore I must conform to this way of doing it because that's what everyone says. And that's why I don't do the subscribe, click the like, smash the button, bing the bell, and that, because that to me feels like I'm joining in with that what is expected of you thing. If I could come up with a creative way, so Imo on Imo vlogs, she's got a creative way, and if she hadn't already done it, I would want to nick it, but I can't because it's hers. But she has a creative way of saying it. She says, if you want to follow more of my story, then please remember to subscribe. If I could come up with something creative along those lines, then I would. And she'll say things that just it's saying about the subscribe, but it's without saying if you like what you see, subscribe. If you know, give me the thumbs up. I don't do any of that because I can't come up with a creative way of saying it. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, can't do here. Yeah, I have to have the right pajamas for the right temperature, Bunny. I'm not new. I'm old here. No, I know you're not new, but what I mean is you weren't here half an hour ago, or if you were, you didn't say hello. So I meant new as in, oh, new people have come in, not you are new. And I'm not saying you're old either. I'll shut up. You know what I mean. ASMR. Yeah, Minxie, what is ASMR? It's autonomous something meridian response. It's sounds that you like that give you a nice feeling. Like I like the sound of going through makeup bags. I've always liked the sound of makeup bags. And what other sounds do I like that I just find comforting? Whispering. So if you listen to somebody whispering and talking very quietly, that kind of sound is very soothing. Anyway, I don't know if you heard any of that. What book am I reading? The Governess by somebody. I can't remember who it's by somebody. It's about the governess who taught Princess Elizabeth, who obviously is now Queen Elizabeth. It's very, very good. Oh, thank you, Tink, for putting a link to what ASMR is. Don't beg for followers. No, don't beg for followers. I don't do that. I figure if people like what they see, they will subscribe to me. The other person who does a really good way of asking you to follow them, it's creative, is Blair White, who is she's not a transgender activist because she's not insane. I might get totally harassed for saying this because she's not insane. She's transgender and she has a really down-to-earth way of dealing with transgender issues, and she is not liked by a lot of activists because she's not an extremist, basically. And she says, while you're here, why don't you press the subscribe button? You've already watched a couple of my videos. You're gonna watch a couple more, so you may as well subscribe. Something along those lines. And it's just that little bit more creative than press the subscribe button, hit the bell, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's just a little bit more creative. Where was I in my list? Anyone that fakes a character for their YouTube makes me cringe. Show me. That's very true, Rob. They really do. Oh, no, I don't mean that. But yeah, you are who you are in your videos. That's the thing. You are you in your videos. And I'd like to think I am me in my videos. And I guess the best person to ask about that is my sister, who grew up with me and who knows me and is there when I do my videos. So I'd like to think that I am who I am, and who you see is who you get. I do say like, comment. You do, in fairness, you do say like, comment, subscribe, sub, blah, blah, blah. You do. And I'm not criticizing anybody. Well, I am criticizing. That's exactly what I've been doing, Pip. You have been criticizing people for doing just that. Okay. I'm not going to delete you because you do it. I personally choose not to do it because it just feels a little bit like I am subscribing to a way people feel they should be on YouTube. Oh my God, could somebody please get me a JCB to dig myself out of this hole that I have created? Or a ladder, actually. Just forget the JCB. I seem to be doing really well at digging it myself. Could you just get me a ladder so I can climb out and save myself from this situation? Oh, look, it's at the time. I must get going. Oh my goodness. Shut up, Pip. Oh my goodness. Oldie but goldie. Barbara, good morning. I am about to go. I've hit the hour mark and my bladder needs me to do something else now. Can't hear you. That's because I was whispering. Great explanation. What's the point? Not supposed to hear, Pip. That's the point, not supposed to hear. Julie, hello, hello. Oh, thank you very much, Cara the Van. That is very, very kind of you. Oh. Mwah! Makeup rummage and Rain says, oh, Rain, I love Rain. Really hard to hear whispering when you don't have a mic. Exactly. And I don't have the kit, and I'm not one of these vloggers that gets lots of kit either. So, yeah. You ought to read the murder mystery book based in Marlow. We'll put a link in the comments after chat. Yes, please. I like something that is based locally. Tink the link. Tink with the link. You like Blair too. Blair's amazing, isn't she? If you've not watched Blair White, go and check out Blair White. I can't imagine anybody not liking her, except for the trans activists who are a little bit over the top. Send you a fire brigade. Thanks. I need something to get me out of this hole. In the local tool hire company, they do not have a long enough ladder. Okay, I'm in my hole for the rest of the day. Oh dear. Personally, unsubscribed because people beg for subscribers. It really annoys me. I thought you just said you'd unsubscribe from me then, because I just dug myself this huge hole having a good old whinge about YouTubers on YouTube. Oh, no. Yes, no, I unsubscribed from somebody because they begged. They basically sat in a video and said they needed a bit of equipment, and there were 6 of us in the room, and if we all paid £1 each to his link, to his whatever, if we all super chatted him £1 or £5 or whatever it was, he'd be able to afford that bit of kit. And I went, unsubscribe. Oh, bye Lindsay, are you off? Tink, thank you very much for that ladder. Okay, Amazon Prime ladder in 24 hours. Yeah, maybe I should have one on hand. Right, go have a wee. Yes. Right, it's 2 minutes past the hour. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles, and some people don't like that. So that's really gross, isn't it? Sorry. Oh, hello. Over 50 Fashion Life. I'm literally about to go. Enjoy your day off. Smallies are tiring. Yeah, I do have to do the school run after school. So I've got a bunch of 4-year-olds after school. 4, maybe just 5, reception and year 1. So yeah, I will have them from 3 o'clock, but until then. So I'm going to go and make more bread. So you'll see in today's vlog this evening, there will be some more bread making. There will be some Marmite bread making, if you like Marmite bread. I hope to finish the end of my puzzle. I've got invoices to do, so there might be a little bit of computering going on. There's a little bit of housework filmed, my usual Monday stuff. And I'm thinking about going for a little walk while the sun is shining. I might do that now. I really need a wee. So I'm going to go. Thanks very much for watching. Love you all. Thanks for the ladders.